It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And coming right up, we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the Rockets in Houston. And for Houston, they've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this because the veterans have been here before. They can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes 3 of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
The sun setting over the busy metropolis of Houston, Texas. And that's where we're coming to you from tonight. This is 2K Sports, broadcasting from Houston, Texas. As the Rockets take it to the hardwood, this is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Today's game finds the Nuggets winding down their road trip. This is a team showing a better record this year over last. This was their goal, and it's coming to fruition so far.
And you know, for the Nuggets, they're one of the NBA's early season success stories. They've made an immediate push toward the top of the standings.
Greg, I wish I could say I saw this coming, but I had no idea. They put it together so early. Tremendous job by the coaching staff.
Yeah, before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Paul Millsap has become one of the best NBA big men when it comes to getting steals. And Millsap says when you're 6'8" going up against guys that are 7 feet, you're not going to be able to block their shot every time. So you try to get it down low when they bring it down. It's all about being smart and using what you have. Kevin?
Thank you, D.A. And Millsap is as crafty as it gets on defense. One of the most underrated players in the game. And the season just getting underway. Chris, we've heard some players and coaches say that the 82-game regular season schedule is a bit too long. What do you think?
I think they've been playing 82 games since the seasons and since players that before us have come along. And I think that we keep in that same tradition. I think we're the only sport that constantly talks about changing the number of games and everything else. I don't know how you keep tradition. I don't know how you keep numbers, statistics. So 82 games, I don't feel is too much. I mean, look at the money players are getting paid to now. There's more incentive. So 82 games, I've done it. It's not too hard. You're going to get injuries. You're going to be tired. But this is a tough job, and, you know, guys are strong enough to handle it. I'm an 82-game guy, as you can see. I'll keep saying 82 games, 82 games, 82 games.
Clear as a bell, I can see you're an 82-game guy.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Chandler at small forward with Millsap the 4. Murray and Harris in the backcourt, and it's Jokic in at the center position. Here's Millsap, good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then a nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Paul kicks to Harden. Anderson the screen. Harden the pass to Ariza. Now here's Paul. Defense is right there. Just 4 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. Here's Murray. Millsap sets the pick for Murray. He feeds it to Millsap.
And Anderson, he's trying his best on defense. He's trying to use his length to disrupt as many shots as he can.
Here's Harden. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Well, you like to see a little more physical nature on defense. You have to make him earn those points at the stripe.
Now here is Harris. 9 points last game out. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Paul goes in. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often. That type of defense doesn't always get it done, but it does the job that time.
Harden, it's stolen by Harris. Wide open look here for Murray. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. The Rockets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Inside, got a piece of it. Feeds to Harden. Good defense by Jokic. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Chandler against Ariza. Chandler's shot good.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Well, it was the Nuggets. Their last game, a loss to Sacramento.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one. Have to be careful of falling in love with that three.
Yeah, it looks good when it's going in, but they definitely force some. Overall, pretty inaccurate from out there.
Now Chandler. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. Harris misses. Ariza, right side. Here's Capella, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Ariza brings the double. Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Murray. Jokic has got his second basket of the night.
There's no lack of aggression on his part. When he's got the chance to score, he'll take it.
And last season, how about the jump to true stardom that Jokic was able to make? There was a stretch where every game he just looked more and more incredible. Truly gave this team, I think, a franchise player in the blink of an eye.
Now Murray. James Harden missing on the three. Chandler kicks to Millsap. Over Anderson. Here's Murray. Millsap left side. Here's Jokic. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
And really the Nuggets, a stronger team than many had predicted last season. One area that troubled them was the defensive end. And when they would lose, it was usually by being unable to come up with consistent stops.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And for the Nuggets and their defensive issues, Greg, a lot of it stemmed from their lack of rim protection.
Yeah, and the inability to challenge shots in general, for that matter. And they also had problems applying pressure and forcing turnovers as a team, at the bottom of the league in terms of turnovers forced.
And Capella is very efficient down deep, using his muscle to get off the shots he wants inside.
Paul with the steal. It's Harden with the drive. Some solid defense from Harris.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
At the elbow, Murray. Outside Millsap. Back to Murray. Here's Jokic. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And the precise passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the floor.
Now Paul. He's coming off a 13-point game against Memphis.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
It's clear to me. Is it clear to you that Ariza feels at home in the post? I mean, just working his way inside and nailing these quality shots.
Here's Jokic. That shot no good. And it's Houston the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
And did you notice how each miss fired up the crowd even more? It became a vicious cycle.
For Denver, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. And there's the feed to Chandler. Back to Jokic. Tries it from 19. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Murray's got his second bucket tonight.
Gotta love whenever Murray goes straight up with the jump shot off the pass. He's so good at reading the defense.
Paul kicks to Anderson. Rebound by Murray. Denver in the lead. Jokic with his screen on Paul. Here's Murray. The second effort. Here's Millsap. Got a hand on it.
Oh, tremendous reach on the block by Ariza, making a real effort on defense.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Paul. Goes back up. And Capella with a nice bucket inside. Capella's got 6.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. And one reason why the Rockets were okay with letting Dwight Howard leave was because they knew that Clint Capella could fill that role. He quietly gives this team that finisher down on the block. And he has been absolutely, Chris, huge for the Rockets.
Oh, yeah, maybe the best in the league at finishing off lobs last year. Not the most spectacular, but the most consistent last year on that pick and roll because he's so active without the ball. Always moving, giving guards a target. Great hands to catch and finish.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. To the paint. Fareed dishes to Plumlee. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the way up. Plumlee's got his first 2 points of the night.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Punch, counter punch. Neither club's been able to sustain an advantage.
And Tucker kicks to Brown. Puts it up from 7. And Fareed sends it back. The 15-footer. Second shot opportunity. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one's on Eric Gordon.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Nuggets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. First free throw is good. Well, we don't always get what we want, Chris, but if you were in charge of the dunk contest, which 4 players would you personally pick to make up the field?
Man, it's so tough. Wow. I think I definitely want to go with Levine. He's, you know, the ex-dunk champ.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, Westbrook, I think Paul George would be great in there. Of course, LeBron, Griffin. I mean, I don't know. Davis. There's so many high flyers. I just think it's so tough because sometimes the smaller guys have the advantage. Big guys feel like they can't do it because they won't be as exciting. I mean, you know, even our worst dunk contest, I've fallen in love with because you get to see some incredible things. But, yeah, I'd start with them. There's so many other players you can pick.
Now here's Barton. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Rockets trail by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense offense has ground to a standstill.
And the basket by Gordon.
Fearlessness. Gordon using his strength to get off a good quality look inside.
Here's Denver now, and this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round 1.
Yeah, and they play in the same conference. Not a rivalry per se, but familiar enough to cause some tricky problems for one another.
And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Nuggets.
And the three-pointer was their preferred weapon. It can be a risky strategy, but it's one that more and more teams have embraced over the years.
Gentlemen, group shot. Group shot.
First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time.
And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
Now here's Moutier. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's Tucker. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And last season, the Rockets offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. 2 great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense.
Gentlemen, group shots. Group shots.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Well, the Rockets, Chris, aren't known for their defense, but it probably gets a worse rap than it should. They allow a lot of points, but it's mostly due to their pace of play.
And part of that is just a viewpoint from the past few years. I mean, Harden says he's recommitted himself to the defensive end, which has helped set the tone. Defense does just enough to let their offense win games.
He doesn't get the second one. And when the Nuggets are clicking on offense, Greg, they are a joy to watch.
You know they are, and one reason is because they're one of the better passing teams in the league. And right near the top in terms of assists per game last season. And all players on this roster at all positions look to make that extra pass to get an easy bucket.
It's Brown with the drive. Kicks it to Tucker.
That's the second foul, and now they might really go at him. I mean, try to get a 3rd foul and force him to sit on the bench.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Kenneth Faried. .149 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Gordon. And no good. Barton with some nice D. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game. The Rockets trail. And here is Brown. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
Here is Mbah-a-Moute, nailed from 3-point land. And Mbah-a-Moute has got himself on the board with 3 there. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter of the game. Barton picks to Moutier. Plumlee with a screen on Brown. Here's Moutier. His 3-pointers off the mark.
A rare off-quarter for him. Nothing seems to be going his way.
Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
You watch the way Eric Gordon releases the ball from deep, and you just have to love it. He gets it going, Chris, all in one motion. And you can see the power in his legs when he rises up.
Well, Gordon, for his career, has always been a great three-point shooter. The Rockets made the most of his ability to shoot the three from deep with their style of play. He's right near the top of the league in three-point shots per game.
That's all you. Get in there.
52 seconds left in the first quarter. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now here's Barton. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3. That'll put Will Barton on the line. It's on Mbamute.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that, to me, makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations.
Free throw good from Barton. And to back up the point with Barton in his chaotic play style, he knows exactly what he's about. Famously saying, Greg, I'm so creative most of the time, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Hey, you know, that might sound glib, but it is just how Barton plays. I mean, a fantastic competitor who just does what it takes to win. He gives you a little bit of everything out on the floor.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Moutier passes to Arthur. Dishes to Millsap. Misses from short range.
All right, look, that's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have the touch that time.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Rockets on top as they wrap up the first quarter with a 13-5 run. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster. So important for any team.
Our bench is amazing. It's so exciting because when our bench comes in, more often than not, if we're losing, they're going to get us the lead. And if we have the lead, they're going to increase the lead. And it's fun to watch because everybody cheers for each other, too.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of a asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice, with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Moutier and Barton, the guards. Arthur out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
And don't forget about the good hand-eye coordination. I mean, he almost corralled it in for the steal.
Now here's Brown. Here's Gordon. Over to the left wing. Another shot. No good on the shot.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
Moutier with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Moutier kicks to Barton. Plumlee sets the pick for Barton. 4 on the clock. Fires from deep. Kept alive. Rockets leading by 4. Back to Tucker. Houston moving the ball around. The Rockets with another miss. Nuggets have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. The dish to Gordon. It's stolen by Arthur. Here's Barton. And it falls over the rim and in. Barton's got the first basket of the second quarter for Denver. The Rockets shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Houston Rockets, one of the most explosive scoring teams in the league. Defense has been a shortcoming in the past. Coach Mike D'Antoni said, we have some good individual defenders. If the rest of them just try, well, that's the plan. Kevin?
Offense is what the Rockets are all about, DA. You know that. Coach D'Antoni definitely focuses on this part of the game more than defense. Here's Moutier following the basket by Nene. Mba Amute with the steal. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense. And Eric Gordon has long been noted as a terrific shooter, but I felt like he was able to display just how great he can be last season. Had that green light whenever he was on the floor, and really near the top of the league in terms of threes attempted and made.
One shot, gentlemen.
A free throw good from Eric Gordon. And for Gordon, he's been a great catch-and-shoot player in the past, Greg. The difference last season was the improvement in his pull-up threes.
And there is a world of difference between shooting a three off the pass as opposed to off the dribble. The pull-up threes are what make players like Steph Curry so hard to guard. And when Gordon added that to his game, I think it helped his overall ability to score the basketball.
And there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
James Harden, he's checked in for Gordon. Here is Paul. He has 7. Anderson outside. There's the 3. Chandler with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
He dishes it to Murray. Passes it to Millsap. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tips it, and it's Millsap with the extra effort. Millsap's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
And Harden is certainly used to finishing through the physical defense, demonstrating just how special a player like he truly is.
Murray with it. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Harris against Harden. Harris kicks to Millsap. And he uses the glass on the layup. Millsap's got 8.
He played a very solid first quarter. Now he's taking it up a notch here in the second.
Screen by Capella. There's the pick. Ariza outside. Paul right side. The pass to Anderson. That shot is off. Good work defensively by Millsap. Murray with it. Chris Paul covering. Now here's Murray. T right on him. Harris misses. Houston leading by 3. Harden kicks to Anderson. Here's Ariza. Rebound by the Nuggets. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Jokic, no good. Rockets have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. The Nuggets trail by 3. Chandler outside. Millsap a screen on Ariza. Now here's Murray, defended by Paul. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was...
Did you see that? Capella is just fantastic at dunking it home, leaving no mistake on these kinds of chances near the hoop.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Kenneth Fareed, he's checked in for Denver.
One shot.
And that one misses. And Chris, you were the #1 overall draft pick back in 1993. We've seen a lot of greats taken with that pick, but it also seems that those #1 picks who aren't as successful face a lot of pressure, a lot of criticism. There's a lot on your plate to handle. Can you talk about that for us?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure for some players being the #1 pick. But I've always laughed and I've thought about, players that maybe people say, maybe they were a bust, maybe this player wasn't good. Well, I think you should go back and look at the GM that picked them. I mean, the GM is the guy that assesses talent, So when there were a few players that were picked #1, and many players said, what are you doing? We've played against him. We would never pick him #1. So before that, I think the NBA is about opportunity and situation. Look at a guy like Chauncey Billups. He went to Boston. He didn't do well at Boston. They called him a malcontent, said he couldn't play, and then he ended up being one of the best leaders that the game had. And so this game is all about situation and opportunity. Can you find the right fit? That's why if you're a player, you can't let frustration get to you. You have to continue to work hard, continue to prove your game, because when you play, you're auditioning for the other teams in the league as well. They're saying, wait a minute, we see his unique talent, skills, and we see his unique skill set, and we could use him. And so many times you just have to wait for the right position, the right situation.
Now here's Fareed. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Kings in Sacramento. Chandler's shot, good.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Now here's Paul. He's covered by Murray. From deep, Harden. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Harden's got the lead, back up to 8 now for Houston. Murray kicks to Harris. Pass to Fareed. Screen by Fareed. Here's Jokic. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Jokic has got 10 points.
Solid pick to create that opening. The soft touch on the jumper.
They set the pick. Feeds it to Anderson. And stolen by Harris. Screen by Fareed. Harris misses. Houston leading by 6. Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
I mean, you gotta love, I love the aggressiveness of Harden on offense, just relentless in how he constantly looks for his shots.
Denver's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Ariza against Chandler. Here's Jokic. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. 12 points for him.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay him too much attention, that just leaves other guys open, and it's too difficult of an adjustment to make.
Now here is Harris. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Unloads from 13. Here's Fareed. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 3rd rebound tonight on the wing. Harden. He kicks it to Ariza. Al Paul. 7 points in the game. Ariza no luck. And here is Murray. Pass to Jokic. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Chandler kicks to Fareed. Over Anderson. And that one comes up a bit short.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And it's Ariza in the corner. Back to Harden. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Something lit a fire under him this quarter. Their lead safe as long as he's on the floor.
Murray dishes to Chandler. And another miss by Denver.
Some very slack defending. Playing with fire to leave him that open beyond the arc.
And now it's a double-digit lead. And now an 11-point Rocket lead.
And the three-point shooting skills of Ariza are just lethal. A volume shooter from there who can flat out light it up.
Denver calls timeout.
And you think back to some of the highest paced and up-tempo teams in the league. This Houston group is right up there with all of them. They look to push it on you the second they get a chance.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. The Nuggets, number 1.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the ranking.
And with the pace the Rockets play with, Chris, it isn't just running as soon as they can. Part of the decision to have Harden as the point guard last season was to speed up their playmaking from the beginning.
Well, the Rockets have streamlined everything and cut down the total time to run their sets. That's why they get so many possessions in the game. They know the more chances they get with their offense, the better the results are for them.
Clock at 4. Here is Mbamute. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Martin in the corner. He feeds it to Plumlee, and it's blocked. A minute 20 left now here in the second. Tucker, the kick out to Brown, over Moutier, and it's Brown that time on the assist from Tucker. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Screen by Fareed. Arthur kicks to Barton. Floats one up again. It's good on the putback.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Here's Nene, and slam dunk by Nene.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Now here's Barton. He has 5. Screen by Fareed. Floats one up. Another shot. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve. But he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And the first one at the line is good. All free throws good from Kenneth Fareed. And the Nuggets over the past few seasons have done a great job as an organization of collecting talent.
And with that steady approach, they've been able to develop a star with Jokic. The Nuggets took a very disciplined approach to building this team, and you can see the depth they enjoy, and it all starts with the job this front office has done.
He hasn't been able to sink anything, really. His team still leads, but it's unclear if he will find his game by the time this one ends.
Barton missing again. James Harden getting it done for Houston. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
James, big first half for you. What was the most important thing that got you going?
Just trying to be aggressive, trying to get out early and give a little spark to my teammates. And they followed along. So, it's just a matter of us not turning the ball over and getting stops.
So far, so good. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Denver?
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
And now the third quarter about to get going. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. And Denver has possession, trailing here by 8. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Rockets, the 2 pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Ariza and Anderson holding down the forward spots. And it's Capella in at the center, filling out the middle.
Well, what you know about Paul, he sees everything as it develops. That time he hits the wide open man.
Here's Murray. Millsap a screen. Murray kicks to Chandler. Fires the 3. Denver gets it back.
And that's a nice job on the offensive glass there. That'll let them work the clock even more. And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Harden gets the bucket.
Oh, Harden really gets going down the side. I mean, he isn't afraid of anyone, not even the big guys roaming nearby.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Back to Chandler. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Houston leading by 7. Here is Harden. He's got 16. Inside, Capella. Kicks it out to Ariza. That 3 off the mark. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. The shot by Chandler, wide open. That doesn't go either for Chandler.
I don't care who it is. You can't leave him wide open from that range.
Harden the pass to Ariza. Jokic with the steal. And here we go. Harris heading to the hoop. And slam dunk by Harris.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
The Rockets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. It's Ariza on the wing. For 3. The Rockets with another miss.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
For 3, Murray. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. It's Harden with the drive. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
No, even with contact, the defense isn't enough to slow Harden. I mean, just a guy who gets it done on his drives to the rack.
Rockets with the rebound. Capella's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Paul dishes to Ariza. Paul right side. Pulls it from the elbow. Ariza with another miss. The Nuggets trail by 7.
Trevor Ariza, the veteran out of UCLA, he still gives you a little bit of everything on the wing. He's great in transition. He can hit shots from anywhere, but, you know, he's always going to lead.
And Denver has possession. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Millsap. Here's Chandler. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Chandler's got 7 points.
Look, he doesn't waste time. Once he gets the rebound, he does what he should. Goes right back up with it.
Harden kicks to Paul. Back to Harden. Oh, good on the three. And with Ariza, you think back to when he was a young player finding his way in this NBA out of UCLA, and Kobe took him under his wing when they played together for the Lakers, and now he is paying it forward. He's helping young players.
Yeah, he has a great work ethic instilled in him from with his time with Kobe. He's always been a leader. He knows how things work in this league, and Ariza, he's showing all the younger players on his team the ins and outs of how to succeed.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time. He isn't getting it to fall from outside during this half after recording a three during the first.
Chandler, no good.
His head doesn't look in the game right now. He can't seem to connect on any shot he takes out there.
Harden the pass to Anderson. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Murray kicks to Jokic. And here's Chandler from the arc. Jokic, it's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Ariza no luck. The Nuggets trail by 9. And there's the feed to Murray. Paul with the steal. The 11-footer lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. 9 points for Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, and credit Ariza for just staying active and coming up with the steal on that one. He was on the prowl and ready to catch him napping.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Here's Murray following the score by Trevor Ariza. Fires from 14. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Nikola Jokic.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
Well, yeah, using his size. That's what I like about his game. He understands where he has the advantage. Then he exploits it.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the net. That's his focus right now.
For Denver, they have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Paul Millsap. Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? You know, when you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching it.
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you know, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. You know, just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help. And I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. And so, to me, the veteran presence is everything. You know, Chris Mullin getting on me because because I'm a rookie. I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So, you know, it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear. Now, here's Ariza, following the miss by Paul Millsap.
Oh, you love how physical Ariza is, just attacking the D and earning the call in the process.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good.
And during Ariza's career, he has established himself as an effective role player and fantastic outside shooter and a tenacious defender.
Houston making some changes. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Harden. And it's Brown in for Paul. And then for Denver, Plumlee, he's checked in for Jokic. Arthur comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Moutier in for Jamal Murray. Ariza hits them both.
Well, the Rockets have a pretty simple game plan. Put up a ton of threes and get as many deep threats on the floor as you can.
Barton against Gordon. Back to Moutier. 6 on the shot clock. Over Brown. Here's Fareed. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. For Denver, they have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Here's Brown. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. To the middle. Here's Nene.
Oh! And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Here's Barton, following the score by Houston. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Fareed's got 4 points this quarter. Houston leading by 12. Brown kicks to Gordon. Dishes it to Tucker. Pass to Brown. And some nice passing there by Houston. To the wing right side. 6 to shoot. Here's Gordon. The kick out to Brown. And another shot. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And a chance now to review the shot chart for the Nuggets.
Well, they haven't really been strong enough inside. I mean, they haven't been a force or aggressive with getting those good quality looks in the paint. And I think the one-dimensionality of their offense is going to continue to be an issue because the defense isn't having to worry about clogging the lane or defending down low.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for Nene.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Barton outside. Screen by Fareed. Here's the screen. Moutier dishes to Plumlee. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. And that's now 6 points for Mason Plumlee. Brown with it. Nene, the screen. And Fareed sends it back.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
Great job right there, Kevin. Beating the defense to the spot. Love the strong, aggressive effort right there.
Brown the pass to Gordon. Nene the screen. And Tucker kicks to Brown. Tucker with the ball. Arthur's there. Pulls up. The shot by Nene. No good.
Whoa, the D caught a break on that play. I'm sure that is not the plan, leaving him so wide open.
Martin dishes to Moutier. But they recover it.
They are really crashing the offensive glass, and it's paying off for them.
Off the mark and a chance to trim it to single digits. The drive by Gordon. There's Brown with the three. It's good from long range. Brown's got 7 points.
The D with some heavy feet out there. I mean, they're too slow to rotate. Nobody communicating. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Oh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. The Rockets' fourth.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
And so here's Denver. It's a 13-point game. Moutier, no good.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
Gordon kicks to Brown. Out to the right wing. Mbah-a-Moute. And the three off target.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Now, here's Mbah-a-Moute. And Fareed sends it back. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Buries the long-range jumper. Well, you want to talk about a coach who's known for bringing offense to a team, then Mike D'Antoni is your guy. Widely regarded, Chris, as one of the best offensive coaches in the league and is the godfather, many say, of the 7 seconds or less style of play.
Yeah, you look up at how this team runs their sets and pushes the tempo. It reminds you a bit of how the old D'Antoni Suns played. Certainly, whatever team D'Antoni coaches, they're going to have some entertaining and up-tempo play.
He gets that one.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Now here's Brown, defended by Moutier. Brown the pass to Nene. Fires the three. Shot's good from Mbah-a-Moute. Mbah-a-Moute's got 6. The Nuggets trail by 11. Here's Fareed. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 3 assists in the game. Brown with it, now guarded by Barton. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And Mbah-a-Moute's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Oh, simple screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
That's tipped. Here's Plumlee and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Plumlee. Plumlee hits them both. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. Now Brown. He has 7. Kicks it to Mba Amute. Back to Brown. Screen by Baamute. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from 14. Plumlee with the rebound.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision-making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
Plumlee with the screen. Fareed, right side. Over Mba Amute. Tips it. Off target. The third quarter comes to a close. Rockets lead by 9. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. Mike Malone moments ago with some words for his players.
Stay positive. Don't get down. We got a lot of time left. We're going to win the game. We are going to win the game.
Coach Mike Malone moments ago trying to get each guy to believe in himself, believe that this still can happen.
And the players have to trust each other. It's going to take all 5 guys working together to recapture that momentum.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with Moutier and Barton, the guards. Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. And it's Plumlee in at center.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that
could, that could be a catalyst for him. It really could. For the Rockets, Clint Capella comes in for Nene. And Chris Paul subbed in for Brown. And Denver also making a switch. Harris is checked in.
One shot.
A free throw off from Plumlee. And that one drops for him. 9 points for Wilson Chandler.
Yeah, second chance points again. A huge problem for this team.
Paul kicks to Anderson. From past the arc. That shot off the mark. Now Denver takes it the other way. Chandler right side. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. And the Rockets making a change here. Harden's checked in. Denver also making some changes. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. And Murray subbed in for Emmanuel Moutier. Here's Murray. Screen by Fareed. For the 3, Chandler knocks down the 3 ball.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
Now here's Paul. Capella dishes to Harden. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
And although the D was solid, Harden beats them with better offense. I mean, good D, better O. When he's right near the cup, he's extremely efficient.
Here's Fareed. Here's Jokic. And he banks in the layup.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Harden against Harris to the right side. Here's Paul. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And one of the surprise moves of this past offseason was Chris Paul moving to Houston, joining James Harden to become one of the strongest backcourts in our league. Kicked off a feeling that Houston would be a force this season.
first one falls for him. And you know, Greg, many thought that Chris Paul may take a look at San Antonio, and he did, but Houston was too enticing a chance to pass up.
Yeah, it's certainly a distinctive third chapter in Paul's career. He's always been criticized for not going deep in the playoffs, and saw Houston as maybe his best bet to make a deep run.
And so Paul nails both of them.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Now here's Murray, defended by Paul. Here's Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
Vital basket there. This is just the time, and really just the situation, when he looks to take over.
Now here's Paul. Defense right on him. Harden, no good.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Now here's Ariza, following the miss by Jamal Murray. And the shot goes in.
What amazing concentration from Ariza. So good at welcoming these hits and finishing his style.
Trevor Ariza, no good on the free throw. The Nuggets trail by 6. Here's Chandler. James Harden with the rebound. Harden's got 4 rebounds now tonight. That's good from Ariza on the assist by Paul. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now ending the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Chandler with the steal. Here's Jokic. Second chance shot, and the layup is up and in. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
Paul passes to Harden. Anderson the screen. Harden kicks to Paul. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. 14 points for Chris Paul.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Well, it takes a lot of confidence and toughness to make that play.
Now here's Chandler. Over Ariza. Chandler, no good.
Off target with his pretty good look from mid-range.
Harden dishes to Ariza. Oh, wait a second, guys. We've got a whistle, and it's on the defense. So a shooting foul on the dunk, so a chance to grab those 2 points coming up here at the line. That free throw missing.
Wow, and the big man Capella has proven to be a reliable role player, a strong physical presence who takes smart shots and contributes well on D.
And he sinks the second. Here's Murray. There's the dish to Millsap. Looking to end his cold spell, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
Anderson with the screen for Harden. Paul outside. Three-pointer. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got assist number 7 for him tonight. The Nuggets trail by 10. And here is Murray. And here's Chandler from the arc. Chandler with another miss.
Well, perhaps he believes that he'll be able to shoot himself out of this slump, but I don't see it. He needs to quit shooting those threes.
Anderson the screen. And it's Paul penetrating. Ariza passes to Anderson over Chandler. Anderson can't get it to go.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That is his first foul of the game. For 3, Murray. It's rebounded by Houston. They've led by as many as 14 points. Harden kicks to Paul. Over Murray. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And now a 12-point Houston lead.
Oh, Harden is so good at finding the open man and a selfish superstar who really whips the ball over quickly.
Here's Millsap. The Rockets pull it in. Harden's got 5 rebounds tonight. And it's Ariza in the corner. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Chalk up 2 there. Rockets leading by 13. Now here's Harden. He dishes it to Capella. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Shot clock at 5. And Anderson kicks to Paul. Over Murray. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Now here's Chandler. The pass to Millsap. Jokic a screen. For 3, Murray. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. And it's 7 points for Jamal Murray.
Have to respect the range of Murray. He just nails shots from this distance.
Ariza outside. Pass to Harden. Feeds it to Capella. Here's Paul. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, Chris Paul signing the big contract this past offseason, and you knew he'd end up with one of the biggest deals out there, and his impact on a team goes far beyond just stats.
And the first one drops. Well, Greg, Houston wanted Chris Paul, and they got their man. One of the bigger surprises, certainly, of the offseason.
Yeah, and without Paul on this roster, this team isn't in the conversation for winning. You need him to keep your window of winning open, and he is just that impactful and makes everyone on the floor better.
And Paul drills both of them.
Wow, he didn't really make a concerted effort in the first to get some free throws, but now all that has changed, much more active.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Teardrop shot, and that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Paul outside. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. To the inside. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
And really trying to work the ball inside here and starting to get results. A lot of that offense coming in the paint here in the second half.
Rockets leading by 8. Ariza outside. Back to Paul. score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
This is an amazing run he's on. It's like he's been the only guy on the floor this quarter.
Denver's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Harris a screen on Paul. Millsap a screen. And here's Harris from the arc. And again, Denver with the triple.
Well, he played very poorly in the first half, but during the second half, he's feeling it. He's really flipped the on switch and owned it.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. The Nuggets trail by 7. Murray dishes to Chandler. Pass to Jokic. Back to Chandler. Millsap sets the pick for Chandler. Passes it to Jokic. Shoots over Capella. Jokic, no good.
The D a little slow to get in his face. They're fortunate it didn't cost him.
Ariza passes to Paul. He kicks to Capella. Jokic grabs the miss.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
For 3, Harris. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after to the paint. Jokic with the steal. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Murray. He feeds it to Chandler. Millsap a screen. For 3, Harris. Harris missing again. Houston leading by 7. To the inside. Anderson. Now on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Oh, I love when Anderson uses his size down low. Now, you can always spread him out, but keep releasing it high so the D had no chance to block the shot.
On the free throw, no good.
I love and admire Anderson's consistency. A terrific stretch 4, a real matchup problem for any team.
The Nuggets with another miss.
Well, Kev, I'm not sure if it's because he's shooting on the opposite side of the floor this half, but he just can't buy a bucket.
Here's Ariza. Anderson against Chandler. Basket good. And now it's an 11-point Rocket lead.
Oh, you got to respect Anderson's rugged approach. He's used to scoring through contact.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
And he's had the hot hand tonight, Kevin, no doubt about it. He's gotten his field goal percentage up over 60, and you're only going to get it that high when you're taking good, smart shots.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Thanks so much, David. And that one's good. Millsap.
And it seems like he's found a rhythm. Millsap connecting time and time again.
There's a screen. Screen by Capella. Launches it. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Paul. Paul's got assist number 7 for him tonight. The Nuggets trail by 12. Chandler with a screen from Murray. And Paul over to help. And stolen by Ariza. And stolen by Murray. Here's Chandler. Chalk up 2 there. Chandler's got 9 points now in just the second half. Houston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And another 3 for Houston.
Oh, I love how Harden pulls once he gets the ball. If you play off him just a little bit, it'll cost you.
Murray kicks to Chandler. Jokic with a screen on Ariza. There's the feed to Millsap. Over Anderson. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Anderson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Screen by Capella. Paul dishes to Capella. Anderson with the screen for Capella. Harden draws the double. The offensive rebound. And the dunk by Capella.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Houston.
And the big difference here was accuracy from 3-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for James Harden.
Even when the entire defense was focused on stopping him, they couldn't slow him down. I mean, a terrific offensive player.
Now here's Murray, defended by Paul. Murray kicks to Harris. Here's Chandler. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. 7 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Ariza outside. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I don't know. It was just our defense. Obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA. Presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.